You know, it's funny because whenever I turn on the camera, I get really shy and I get very awkward and I'm just like, I don't know why. I'm just weird like that. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started here. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Frankie Blue and yep, we are back with another video. Yeah, the other day I was just chilling outside. It was hella windy and all of a sudden it clicked in my mind of this incident or this thing. Honestly, I'm just a mess in general. So I was just chilling outside and then the wind reminded me of this one time of my dumbass doing something that I never thought I would ever do. But I did it anyways. Anyway, so for today's video, I'm going to be doing a story time. And this story time is going to be called The Time I Went to Church for a Man. This whole moment was me going to church for adultery things. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. So that's going to be today's video for today's story time. Honestly, like I'm gonna make these story times a series because like the shit that I put myself in through, oh my god, like y'all never believe it. I put myself in really crazy situations. It's crazy. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go ahead and do for today's video. And today we're just gonna do our makeup. I already got my face done prior already. I had already did this a while back. And then I'm just gonna do eyeshadow today and touch up a little bit. But yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Before we go ahead and get started here, you guys, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button that's gonna be found right here. And go ahead and be part of the hot mess community. As well as make sure you guys hit that like and share button. It's also gonna be found right here. That way we can bring in more people over here to the hot mess community so we can all be hot messes together. And at the end of the day, there's nothing really wrong with being a hot mess. You know what? It's part of being human. It's part of life. The struggle's always gonna be real. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that at all. So keep your head up high. Okay, so first things first, you already know we have to prime the eyes. So we're gonna prime. Oh, by the way, whatever I use, I'm gonna post it all in the description box so that way you guys can check them out if you guys are curious to know what I'm gonna be using for this look and stuff. So yeah. All right, this story is going to be about the time that I went to church for a man. Now the story begins back then. Back then, I used to work at Taco Bell. Yep, I sure did. I worked at Taco Bell and I'm proud of it. You know what? A job's a job. Let me be. Anyways, so if I used to be like a cashier, one of the cooks, everything pretty much. So one night, I was working a night shift and this guy just comes through the drive-thru. And mind you guys, I sound very high-pitched, very feminine. Like I can totally disguise my voice to be very feminine, very woman-like over the phone or speaker, whatever. So I was working the drive-thru, and here this guy just pulls out one of the windows. Not the windows. Hold on, let me get my story straight. So this guy pulls up, to place his order. I'm like, thank you for coming to talk about, what can I get for you? And he sounded so cute. He sounded so good. I was like, oh my god. I was like, who is this man? He sounds hot as hell. And he placed his order and all that stuff. And he pulls up to the window and I get him to, cash him out and stuff. And oh my god, I am like taken back because this man is like hella gorgeous. Like he's so gorgeous. I was just like, oh my god. Like literally he is like the most beautiful man that I've ever seen. By the way, it's so funny because whenever I meet like any like gorgeous men, I'm very shy. I get very shy. I'm like very quiet. I'm just like, like it's so funny because I'm like super loud and very like out there, but when it comes to like a cute guy and whatnot, I get very shy. I'm just like that. That's just me. It's so weird. So yeah, he pulls up to the window and I'm like taken back because he's a very handsome man. Like he's very gorgeous and all that stuff, and I'm just like, oh my god, Lord save me. And I'm just like, hi, your total is da 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 da. And he smiles at me and I'm just like, oh my god, stop. Stop. So he's like all smiling at me and I'm just like, oh my god, trying not to like faint. While I'm waiting for his food, he starts like conversating with me. And I'm like, yes, talk to me. But don't talk to me because you're a hot man. Like, why the hell are you talking to me? Do not speak to me. I don't know you. You're gonna make me faint. I forgot what he was asking me for or what he was trying to like conversate with me. I really don't remember that part. He was like just talking to me and making like kind of like small talk, and I'm just over here kind of just trying to act normal and all that stuff, but on the inside I'm just like dying, ready to like, I don't know, just deflate at some point in life. Finally, you know, they get his food ready and all that stuff, and I give him his food and he's like, well, I'll see you later, and I'm like, oh, okay, bye. I think maybe the next day or 2 days later, when I'm also working the day shift, he comes back again. And I'm just like, oh my god, like what is he doing back here? I didn't recognize his voice when he, you know, did place his order. I just took his order like any other customer and I was just like, you know, whatever. And then when he pulled up to the window and it was him again, I died. I literally died on the inside. Like, I'm not joking you. Like, the soul in me, well, actually, you know what? I think at that time, that was the time that I did have a soul. Now, I think that was the day that my soul decided to leave my body. I think that day was the day that I was like, we are not having a soul anymore. We're done. I was just like, oh my god, this man is back. Like, what are you doing back here? Like, stop. Stop coming here. And when he saw me, he's just like, oh, hey there again. Good to see you. And I told him, I was like, yeah, likewise. What are you doing back here? He's like, oh, well, I was just on my way to work and I, you know, I got hungry and, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, oh, okay. Are you sure it ain't for another reason? Dang, this eyeshadow. I was not thinking about going this bold, but for some odd reason, we always end up going bold. And then we start chatting again. And this time he starts talking to me about fate and destiny and, you know, meeting people, and it could be like, you know, fate and stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, are you trying to tell me that you were destined to meet with me? For what reason exactly? Like, I need to know this so I can say yes to whatever you're gonna tell me. Yeah, he just starts talking to me about like fate and destiny, and you know, you meet people for a purpose and whatnot. And I'm just kind of like confused because I'm just like wondering, I was like, what are you talking about, dude? Like, are you trying to tell me something? Like, are you telling me that you and I were meant to meet, meant to fall in love with each other, meant to start a life, like meant for you to like build me a house and I'm supposed to leave and then see your house in the newspaper and then I come back to you and I'm acting like everything is fine when in fact I just want to jump on you? and stuff like that. I just watched The Notebook, so the struggle's real. I was just like going along with it. I was just like, oh yeah, sure, like like destiny, yes, for sure. Like it's wild. But I'm just thinking, I was like, why are you telling me this, dude? Like, what are you, like, why are we talking about this? Like, is this his way of telling me that he likes me? Like, he's like into me? Is that what that is? Like, is he taking this turn? Like, this fate thing? Like, his way of trying to, like, say, hey, I really do like you, you know? And the more he would talk about it, like, fate and I and all that stuff, I was getting kind of tripped out in a good way, not a crazy one. And he's over here just talking to me about this shit. And he's just like, what the hell? I was like, if he likes me, I'm wondering what the hell does he see in me? So yeah, so once his order is done and I give him his order, he leaves, you know, and all that stuff. He's like, oh, I'll see you again. And I was like, okay, bye. And the times that I would work nights, I kind of was hoping that he would, like, I don't know, pop up in the drive-thru or something, you know. But he never did. I think it took about 4 days later from the last time that he went in to show up. And again, it was one of those times where he showed up where I didn't even know that was him, you know? I don't recognize his voice. I'm just like, okay, whatever, you know, just another customer. And sure enough, when he pulls up to the window, I'm like, I'm shook. I'm just like kind of shook because it's like, what the hell are you? I was like, oh my God, it's you. Like, it's you. Hi. You know, I wasn't acting like that, but I was just kind of was like, oh, hi again. You know, all normal. Like, I'm just not trying to blow up on the inside. Yeah, he's just giving me his gorgeous smile. I was just like, and I'm just like, hi. I was like, oh my God, long time no see. What I really should have did, I should have popped off on him. I should have been like, where have you been? Where have you been? You're not just gonna come over here 4 or 5 days ago, come in here and sweet talk to me and tell me shit about fate and destiny and meeting us per destiny, and you're just gonna leave? You're not gonna show up days later? Like, who do you think I am? Like, who do you think I am? Rude. God, no wonder I'm single. But yeah, he shows up and he smiles at me. He's like, hey you, how are you? And I'm like, oh, I'm doing good. How are you? It's been a while. He's like, yeah, it has been. And I told him, I was like, how you been? And he kind of just tells me, you know, his day and all that stuff. We're just talking like if we're like on a date or something. And then again, he starts talking about the whole fate thing. Again, it's the whole fate thing. And I'm just thinking, why does he keep talking about fate? Like, what about fate? What about it? And then that's when he starts telling me about the word of God. I'm just thinking to myself, I was like, why is he talking to me about this stuff? You know, like, why does it, okay. He starts asking me like, what's my religion? Like, you know, am I Catholic, Christian? Yeah, he just, again, starts bringing up fate along with, you know, God and all that stuff. And I'm just kind of taken back because, first of all, if he's thinking of, why is he talking to me about God? Because, I mean, does he not know what I sound like, how I've been acting, or anything like that? Like, have we not been knowing? Like, he pulls out the big guns, and that's when he asks me for me to give him my number. He asks me for my number. He's like, here, hey, let me have your number. And I died. I legit died. I was just like, okay, that failed because my chair was supposed to like lean back, but it didn't. Never mind. So I gave him my number, and you know, I give him his food and all that stuff, and he's all like, all right, well, I'll text you. And I'm like, okay, sure. I'll be waiting. And we kind of were just chatting a little bit back and forth. Then he starts telling me like, hey, there's, you know, you should come to the sermon with me or meet me up at this, you know, service place and all that stuff and at this church. And I was like, church? Okay. I don't know what was going on through my head, but I was just like, okay, sure. What day and what time? He's like, oh, it's this date and this, it's this date and come around this time. And I was like, okay. And then he sends me the address. Throughout the days leading up to that, I'm like talking to my good Judy, my friend Rosie. Shout out to you, Rosie! And she's just dying and all that stuff because she knows how much of a big ass mess I am. Well, still I am. I'm telling her like, girl, you need to come with me. Like, I need a plus one. I need somebody. I cannot go to these places by myself. Like, I can't. So, the sad thing is that I do end up dragging my poor good Judy, my poor friend Rosie, to church with me. I'm so sorry, Rosie. Please, if you're watching this video, I apologize. I did tell her that there was a potential with this guy. Like, oh my god, like, he's so cute. And honestly, like, I think he likes me. And all that stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know. And she's just, she agrees. She's like, okay, fine. You know, I tell her the time. And then I just told her, hey, I'm going to come in. I'll pick you up and we'll go together. She's like, okay. So the day comes, I shower and I get ready. Like I legit, I get ready. I put on my dressy shirt, which is like a white shirt. You guys have a picture. I'll post it right here. What I mean, like I legit got dressed up, you guys. And then to top it all off, I had blue hair at the time. So imagine me super dressed up and everything like that and going to church with like legit blue hair. Like, oh, I think that's why I'm doing blue for my eye today. I'm paying homage for the blue of that day, for the blue hair of that day. It just hit me right now. Hold on, I'm gonna have to BRB because I can't put on liner while talking at the same time. I have to be very concentrated. So let me be right back and after I put on my liner. So yeah, I apologize in advance for the music. So I pick up my friend Rosie and we get to the church, and sure enough, I am just like, where is he? Where is the man of my dreams? The one that destiny was sending me. You know, I'm being greeted by these, you know, by these people and stuff like that. And I'm telling them like, oh, I'm looking for this person, you know, and they're like, oh yeah, we know him. He's right over there, you know, and all that stuff. I was like, oh, thank you. And they're just like, just go sit anywhere. And I'm just like, okay, sure, for now. And me and my friend Rosie sit down and all that stuff. And finally, I think after like a good 10 minutes, he shows up and he sits down with me and he's like, hey, I'm so happy that you're here. And I'm just like, oh yeah, no, thank you for my invite. This is my friend Rosie, by the way. Like, he's just like, oh, I'm really excited that you're here. You know, he starts talking to me about the service and all that stuff. I look really weird with like one lash on. Whatever, this lash is gonna have to deal with. It's throwing up a little bit of a gang sign, but it is what it is. The service starts and Rosie and I were just sitting there, you know, listening to the service and whatnot, and he's still sitting next to me. And at some point in life, I was kind of hoping that he just throughout this, you know, the service, he would just grab my hand and just be like this, or like this. Or like this. one of those two. But no. That only happened in my mind. He did not make moves, and it's really sad because I thought destiny was uniting us. We were being bonded by fate. We were bonded by destiny. I'm such a bitch. Finally, when the service was done, you know, he walks me and my friend to the car and all that stuff, and he starts telling me, like, you know, it's really nice to have you here, like, you should come more often and, you know, join the church and stuff like that. So this entire time, this man, the whole reason he was talking to me and all that stuff was because he wanted me to be a part of the church. After that, that was the end of it. Never saw him again, never texted him again. He didn't show up at the drive-thru anymore. At least not when I was there, but whatever. So yeah, he disappeared. So yeah, you guys, that was the end of it. And sure enough, it was just a really, really weird, it was a really weird moment. Weird experience is what I'm trying to say. Honestly, like, the stories that I have for you guys of the shit that I would put myself into, like, it's pretty insane. But yeah, guys, that was my story time of the time that I went to church for a guy, and unfortunately it didn't plan out how I thought it was going to plan out, how it was going to go, but it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts of what... Can't even get myself together. Let me know what your thoughts are of today's video in the comments down below. Let me know what you guys thought of today's story time. Like, am I such a big ass hot mess? Like, is this struggle that fucking real? Like, sometimes I can't with myself. And then the sad thing is that the things that I put my poor friends through, like, if you are friends with me, I apologize now. I'm sorry that I put you guys through so much. Just for me. So I'm so sorry. Anyways, you guys, so yeah, just leave me everything all in the comments down below, as well as let me know what you guys' thoughts are of today's eye look or makeup, whatever. I'm bombing it, like, fierce blue. I'm always here for, like, a deep blue moment and all that stuff. So yeah, everything that I used for this will be all found in the description box, so you guys can check that out. That is pretty much all that I have for you guys today. Before I let you guys go, of course, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button that's going to be found right here, and go ahead and be part of the hot mess community, as well as make sure you guys hit the like and share button that's also going to be found right here, so that way, you know, you guys can like my videos and also share them, so that way we can bring in more people over here to the hot mess community, so we can all be hot messes together. You know what, at the end of the day, it's okay to be a hot mess. The struggle is going to be real no matter what, and it's okay. I mean, look at me. I've made it this far. So that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!